You know what, J-Rock, I really appreciate this title because life is all about redemption. Like, I redeemed a punch card for some free chicken teriyaki at the mall yesterday, and that shit was hitting. What's going on, everybody? It's the Granddad Woolly, and you are here again for another edition of Woolly Reviews Hip Hop Data. We got an album review today. We're gonna talk about the brand new album that just fucking dropped from one of my favorite members out of TDE. I've been rocking with this dude, no pun intended, ever since he came into the scene, and he's always been putting out solid work, but I feel like he's always been able to do more, and he has higher potential, and he is back again with the follow-up to his album 90059, which I thought was cool. It grew on me some more, but I knew he had more in him, so now let's see if I'm right. This nigga's back. He drops some new shit. He redeeming everything like life and coupons. You gotta redeem them coupons because sometimes you get some good shit. You just make sure you watch the coupon books and what am I talking about, nigga? I'm talking about the new album from J-Rock entitled Redemption. Now, for those who don't know, J-Rock is a member from TDE, Top Dawg Entertainment, and even though he was the first member of TDE to really come onto the scene with cats like Schoolboy Q and Kendrick Lamar leapfrogging him as far as success and popularity has gone, J-Rock's kind of been playing catch-up pretty much his entire career, but he's been getting progressively better and better as time goes on, and I feel like at some point he's really gonna break through that shell and really become one of the founding members that he should have been in the first place. So now let's see if J-Rock Redemption is the album that redeems J-Rock and puts him in that top spot on TDE that he should have been from the jump, or if sometimes, you know, you just need to go ahead and redeem yourself some chicken teriyaki at the mall, sit there and contemplate why niggas like Kendrick and Q leapfrogged your ass. You was there first, nigga. What the fuck? Let's talk about the shit. Now, when I first popped in this album and tuned into the production, I realized that J-Rock went with a sound that he's familiar with, that hard-hitting, aggressive, gangster West Coast style that he really likes to go over. Beats on here are hard-hitting, really just like aggressive to fit with his voice and his style, but also has sort of a trap influence on some of these beats as well, and just some pretty much some heavy bass, nice cool synths, some eerie vibes, some chilling moments, and it really just sounds good for J-Rock's style, his flow, his cadence, and everything like that. And I think the production on here overall, although it is a bit generic at times, it does come off very well, especially with J-Rock, and I did enjoy it for the most part. And when it comes to J-Rock himself, I found that J-Rock has really just went above and beyond to really make himself a better artist and a better MC. And on Redemption, you really see that he has shown a lot of growth with his songwriting, with his delivery, with his cadence, with his just confidence in general. J-Rock sounds hungry, he sounds ferocious, but he also sounds like he really has got a lock on what he wants his sound to be and who he wants to be as an artist. You get that aggressiveness, you get that West Coast gangster blood vibe that he gives off, but he also is learning to write better songs, do better hooks, and really just kind of come into his own and really not have to just rely on things like features and rely on things like fancy production and really just make J-Rock the forefront of this project, and he does it very well on here as opposed to his other projects in the past. But J-Rock does come through with a few features on this project, and for the most part, I didn't mind any of them. They all do come through and do their thing. It wasn't a lot of features on here, which is really good, but he does have some notable names. So he's got Jeremiah on here, J. Cole, Future, Kendrick Lamar, and SZA. And that's it. Everything else is handled by J-Rock, and I love that. I love that J-Rock has got the majority of the tracks on this 13-track project. And the songs that do have features really do come through solid to decent, even though I will have to say that I was kind of underwhelmed with the Cole feature as well as the Kendrick feature because I thought it would have been a lot better. And then Future, you know, King's Dead's on here, and, you know, La-Di-Da-Di-Da still on here, so that won't let that shit go. You're going to take that shit off. And then SZA does a good job, and also Jeremiah does, you know, he does what he does. So the features on here, though they weren't amazing, I really didn't hate any of them at the same time, but they did do what they were supposed to do. But back to J-Rock real quick, because I do think he is the shining moment of his own album, as he should be, and he really showcases a lot of growth and a lot of depth that he didn't have before on previous albums. And I also like how he's touched on his personal life a lot on this project, especially the near-fatal motorcycle accident that he had, and sort of like that's sort of like the theme about this album, that he has a redemption from that moment, because he could have been dead, but he got sort of like a second chance in life, and now he's going to redeem himself and really make this second chance in life count for him and everyone around him. Now, you know, I gotta give you my top 5 tracks. I really enjoyed pretty much this entire album front to back. There were some songs here that I thought would have been better than others, but for the most part, J-Rock did a great job. And I have to say my top 5 are The Bloodiest, Knock It Off, ES Tales, and then it's got to be Broke, Positive, and Negative, and then I'll give it to Win. And those are my top 5. So let's go back up to the top. The first track, The Bloodiest, is a dope ass intro. The beat on here is so hard hitting and just gangsta and grimy with this really eerie synth on it that really just kind of builds the song around it. And I love J-Rock on here. He comes through with this aggressive, confident flow. He's killing it, talking that gangsta shit. But the hook on here is what's money. He's like, you say you a real one? Bitch, where? Like, I was saying bitch where for like the whole damn day. Like, I was saying that to my son, and he was like, Dad, where's this? Bitch, where? I didn't say that to my son. I didn't call my son a bitch, but in my mind, I said bitch where. Because, like, you know, J-Rock, you a bad influence, okay? But whatever. It's a dope-ass intro. I loved it. It's on point. Fire, and it just shows that J-Rock has shown a new level of confidence and growth with his music, and I'm liking where it's going. The next song, Knock It Off, is a song that kind of grew on me. When I first heard it, I was like mad about it, but I'm not gonna lie, again, the hook on here kind of grew on me, and I was saying that shit. It was like, you ain't me, nigga, knock it off. That shit for some where the cash shit. Like, J-Rock is really coming into his own. I really just love that. And the beat on here I think is really dope as well. Like I said, it's sort of like a generic trappish type beat, but for some reason, the way that J-Rock just attacks it and goes about it, it brings it out to another level. And I think it's really dope on here. He's really just sticking to that gangster, like, you ain't me, you know, you want to, you know, be this, you want to be that, you want to be me, but you ain't me, so nigga, knock it off. Just stop. Just be yourself. Even though you whack as fuck, just accept the whackness and watch me live and watch me succeed. Shit. Fuck. The next song, ES Tells, is a dope ass song. I love the beat on here. A super grimy, hard hitting beat with this like heavy synth on there. And I heard it. I know it's there. They have the fucking Super Mario coin sound when you get a coin in Super Mario. That shit's in there. And that gave that beat mad points for me. I love that fucking beat. And it's pretty much the J-Rock talking about them East Side tales of him living over in Watts and shit. And he's pretty much just talking that gangster shit. But the beat on here is fucking fire. J-Rock is killing it up, down, left, and right. And it just sounds fucking good, and it's fucking grimy as shit. And Super Mario, I mean, you can't go wrong with that shit. You can't go wrong. The next song, Broke, Positive, Negative, or Plus, Minus, or whatever the fuck it is a dope song as well. I like the beat on here. It's sort of like a hard hitting but yet laid back beat, but the concept on here is really dope, and it's pretty much just J-Rock talking about the positives and the negatives of being broke, or him being broke, and pretty much, you know, how he just sees life in different ways, and like, yo, he's broke, so he might have to go out and like rob you because he's tired of living in this certain way. So he sees a positive spin in him taking away from others because it makes his life more positive, but it makes them more negative. But at the same time, his life was negative because he ain't had shit, but now he has shit, so it's like they're flipping the shit. Basically, don't be broke, nigga. I'm still broke. I'm like rich broke, but I'm still broke, nigga, and I want to be rich. I do, because it's not this. I need to make a song called Super Broke Plus Negative for me, but I felt this song on a lot of levels. So J-Rock, I appreciate you just making a song for the broke niggas. Good on you for that shit. And I like this song. It's got a very triumphant beat that comes off really well, hard hitting. Kendrick's doing the crazy ad-libs. And at first the song was mad, but it did grow on me. But I like the context of it in the album, because after all the shit J-Rock's been through with his trials, his tribulations, his ups and downs in the music career, his life-threatening accident, he's at the end of the day, he's triumphed, and at the end of the day, he is winning, and he is going to win, and he's got that motivation. And I love that, because it's like after all the bullshit, he's found his moment of redemption, and he is going to win. And I love that shit, and I love the way that it ends off the album. So it's on point and it's dope. And that's my top 5, y'all. But honestly, y'all, I gotta say this is a really good album from J-Rock. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it's his most focused, most solid work yet. I enjoyed this more than 90059. I think he's done better on his songwriting, on his delivery, on his cadence, and everything about it. The features on here, even though they're meh, they do a solid job. But overall, J-Rock is the star of this project, and he really does come through and shine 100% on this album. And he has definitely redeemed himself from everything he's ever done in the past. So my final verdict, I'm not saying that J-Rock Redemption is an overall really dope, well put together album that's probably J-Rock's most focused and well put together yet. All I'm saying is that beats on here for the most part are on point, even though some of them are a little generic-ish and sort of like you're running the mill. J-Rock brings them out to a new level that I really enjoyed, and I think J-Rock himself just really takes over and really makes this his own album, as he should be. Features on here are on point for the most part, but they didn't really wow me. But overall, J-Rock is the star, and he really comes through with a really great body of work, and I enjoyed it, and I can listen to it. A lot of the songs on here more than once, over and over again. Some songs here are meh, like the song with Jeremiah and the song with J. Cole, and Kendrick just didn't do what I thought they would have done, but everything else on here I thought was on point. So all I gotta say is that for me, J-Rock Redemption is not Granddad approved, but I will give it a very highly Granddad recommended, and that's because because even though the album overall is really, really dope, there are some spots on here that I thought could have been done better, some features that I thought could have did better, and some of the beats on here I thought were just a little bit bland and blah. But overall, I think J-Rock did his thing. Lyrically, he's gotten so much better. He's gotten better as a songwriter, and I think that he's just going to get better and better and show more and more growth as time goes on. And I hope that he just continues his momentum because he's going in the right direction with this album. But I got nothing more to say. J-Rock, Redemption is very highly Granddad recommended. So go check it out. Why are you eating chicken teriyaki? Because I know I'm going to go get that shit right fucking now. Flip it. Alright, y'all, that's going to do it for today's video. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and drop a comment. Tell me what you think of J-Rock Redemption. If you heard it, if you have not heard it, like I said, it's a dope-ass album, one of J-Rock's best, and I think he's just showcasing more and more growth as time goes on, and I can't wait to see what he does in the future. But definitely check this out because it is on point and it is fire for the most part. Previous videos on this album was my latest single. Check that out, show us some love. And as always, Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, Instagram, links in the description below, and subscribe. Button on the screen, button below, Woolly Reviews twice a week, as well as the gaming videos. Let's talk about the shit. All that info is below, and you know what it is, and I got nothing more to say. So until next time I take my leave, Granddad, J-Rock, Redemption. You redeemed yourself, J-Rock. Good job. You deserve 2 chicken teriyakis with extra teriyaki sauce on top and an egg roll. I'm just hungry, y'all. That's what it is. I'm just fucking hungry. I'm out of here.